I'm Allie, and are my earrings catching your eye? That's awesome because I'm going to show you how to make these really easy multi-hole simple fringe earrings with any two-hole bead. The design is the same, the technique is the same. If you need any two-hole beads, although you probably have some laying around, go ahead and look below the video in the description to get links back to our website. Gather up your materials and let's get started. All right, so I've had a lot of people ask about these when I wear them on live events, and I wanted to show you how to create a fun, simple fringe earring with any two-hole bead. So here I have a long two-holed rectangle. You can use a disc duo, you can use a super duo. This one here is a retired bead, which is a rhombus, and we're just creating fringe coming down through those holes. So I have here some 11 seed beads to create a pattern, some drops. And I picked one of the Potomac picks in the check drop mix. I like that I get a variety of colors right away. And some faceted round peridot beads. I'm working with a two-holed rectangle, and I have a wire guard because I want to be able to put it onto my Huggy ear wire or to a regular ear wire. The first thing I'm going to do is go through and sew through one hole of my chiclet bead basically. And I'm going to start my drops along the bottom here. So all you're going to do, and let me show you a little trick here. I have some gray dragon thread in the size 8, and I'm working with a size 11 needle. And what I'm going to do is take off the I have the green amethyst, not the peridot. And the green amethyst beads, I'm taking them off of the strand, holding them in my fingers, so it makes it really easy to restring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 beads is what I have put on here. And then I'm going to follow with a series of beads to do this little rotation here. So I have 5 of my 11 seed beads. I picked a burnt kind of umber color. If you ever need the materials in the exact quantities and colors, make sure to click the link below the description, and that will get you a link to those as well. 6 more of those peridot beads, so you can pull off 4, 5, and 6. I keep saying peridot colored, but they are a green amethyst. I love actually green amethyst. It's a little bit less green than a peridot. It's a very soft green. It looks great with this gray. From there, I'm going to put on one more bead, and this is just whatever pattern you want it to be. So there's no rhyme or reason to my original pattern. I'm just now making sure that it matches to the design as well. And how long do you want your fringe to be? That's completely up to you. So that one, there's nothing that's set for that. Make the decision as you're going. From here then, I did 2 more of my 11 seed beads, 1 more of my green amethyst, and then I'm going to show you how I treat the little drops. Put on 2 of your 11's, your first drop, 2 more 11's, and then this is how you do most fringe. So with the fringe here, I'm going to go back up through the design. So skipping over the seed beads and the drop, we're going to sew back up through all of our green amethyst gemstone beads, as well as through our seed beads. I'm going to take it up about halfway and see how there's a gap here. What you want to do is push the beads up towards the top. I have my stop bead there, stopping it, and massage your beads that are near that drop so you make sure that they sit kind of to the side. Go back in then and go up through the rest of the piece here, making sure you're not missing any beads. If you miss any beads, you will get a kink in your fringe look. Back up through the bead, and we're going to do our first portion of our top here. So our first portion of our top is 1, 2 beads. Then we're doing a 3rd bead here. Then we're going to do a 4th bead, and we're going to go through a wire guard. Wire guards, you're going to make sure to go up through one side of the wire guard, down through the opposite side of the wire guard, making sure that that thread hangs right out there in the middle. From there, add 1 more seed bead, skip 1 seed bead, and sew through the second 11 there after the wire guard. Give a nice tight pull again, making sure there's no extra thread showing. Grab 2 more 11's and come down through the second hole of your piece. I'm just going to move that thread out of the way here with that stop bead. And again, anything, disc duo, iris duo, anything 2-hole works for this. Now what I'm going to do is the outer strand, and then we're going to do the 2 inner strands. So the outer strand, same exact way, and then we're going to feed back up through, and we're going to reinforce our top. After going and creating a fringe on the left side, which I did 3 seed bead or 3 of my fluorite or my amethyst, 1 seed bead, 1 of my amethyst, seed bead, amethyst, seed bead, 7 of my amethyst, and then my 2 beads, back up through the loop, 2 more beads, and then back up the whole way. When you're coming out the top here, you can see my thread and needle already went back through that first bead. You come out naturally at the top here, and you're going to reinforce the loop that's already there that you've created. So I'm going back up through the seed beads, prior to the wire guard, going through the wire guard, once again making sure that my thread and needle stay in that wire guard, making sure that the thread comes down the opposite side of the piece and sits in that little U channel of your piece here. Then we're going to go down through the opposite side here and down through the bottom and come on out. When you come out through the bottom, we are going to do one more piece of fringe, and we are going to share this. You don't need to do another piece of fringe. It's kind of up to you. I like the odd count numbers. So we're going to create a little bit of a V here. And this will work with the iris duos, or if you have an older style rhombus here, that you're coming out one side and then you're going into the other side. Here we used 2 of our gold beads and then came down through the drop. I'm going to use 2 of my 11 seed beads, and then I'm going to pick up 6 more of my green amethyst beads. So again, just counting off the strand here, 6, pinching those beads, pulling them off the thread, and then taking my needle, usually right through is the best way to get all of these little beads on at once. Once you have those on, then continue on with the pattern here as I go through the middle and kind of see what I'm working with of a seed bead and then a fluorite. And once we come back up, we're going to separate the strand and add some more seed beads right after our amethyst bead. So whole way down, adding in then 1, 2, 3, 4 seed beads with my amethyst in between each, 2 more amethyst, a seed bead, 1 more amethyst, and then my drop as well. Once you get back up to the top of the design, I want you to add 2 more of your 11 seed beads after doing that last fringe, coming out prior to those 2 that you already put on. And we're going to go up into the second hole here. We're going up into the second hole of our piece then. Those are going to kind of hang out right there in the middle. We're going to reinforce going up through that wire guard 1 more time. So we'll do a total of 3 times through the wire guard. If you have on a larger needle and it's a little bit hard to get that 3rd time through the wire guard, you can actually hop over and just go right into the seed bead on the opposite side. That's a little cheat there. I'm going to go up into the wire guard, over to the opposite side there, pulling through with my pliers. See how I wiggle that needle? If you ever have it, you can kind of wiggle the needle. I'm going to come down the other side, and then all I do is literally tie off the thread ends right next to the top of the design. It's so easy. And then take your thread burner and burn them off. If you want to, you can put them on regular ear wires like I have here with those coiled ear wires, or you can even put them on our new Huggy beads. I think you'll be tempted, especially if you get this glass mix, to make them in all different colors. They hang wonderfully and flow really, really great on, and they're oh so simple to use some beautiful and elegant gemstones that are going to be right the focus of your ears and elongate your neck. Thanks so much for joining me and learning how to do these multi-hold simple fringe earrings. You can do them with gemstones like these beautiful green amethyst. You can use a variety of colors, all seed beads, really up to you with any 2-hold bead. Remember, if you need any materials, go ahead and look below the video in the description for a link there. Also, if you haven't yet, hit that little subscribe button. We don't want you to miss anything from us here at Potomac Beads or opportunities to hang out with other Potomac beaders. Thanks so much for watching, and stay tuned for more inspirational designs.